to the obscure. It is myself, Jenny, Tressa over there,
Hello.
Kara, and it's a
Hello.
delightful night. And we have our guest Nick Sarlo coming on pretty soon. But before that, we have all sorts of things to discuss. Starting with our good friend Dave Schrader will be at in Illinois. He will be at Lake Park East High School, the East Campus. It's a free presentation open to the public, ghost angels, and other worldly visitors. And that's at 600 South Medina Road in Roselle, Illinois. Also, if you go to any of his social media, or frankly, any of our social media,
Any
you'll
of
be able to
ours,
find
let's
it.
be
Yeah,
honest.
You'll be
come on.
able to find it.
I'm shocked you didn't make a TikTok today about
I
it.
know. I am too. I was looking for that. It's going to be Thursday, the 5th, 7 to 9 Central. So,
So we're very excited. That
yeah.
was our very exciting out of nowhere news today, and huge surprise for us. We're stoked. So
Very,
come
very
join
stoked.
us and watch Dave, because it is never disappointing to go watch Dave talk.
Always a delightful storyteller.
And
And
we're
then-
pretty delightful too.
We
So
are.
we'll be there.
Maybe more so.
Frankly.
I don't know.
And whether
Maybe.
you're
More
there
so.
for Dave or there for us, you're there. So
You
and
are.
you'll hear a good talk. So
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah.
come hang
Now,
out.
the saddest thing in the whole wide world is that Kara will not be with Tressa and myself at the haunted YMCA Rock Island event this weekend. It will be very sad. We will
sad.
be there. It is on Saturday from 10 to 6, surprisingly enough, in Rock Island.
What? Oh.
I know.
Is it really only
I
just
know.
one day? Like
Yeah. It's just Saturday.
Yeah.
Yikes. I haven't given like that much thought because I always knew I was never gonna go, and always knew.
Everyone knows how much you hate Rock Island.
I know it's solely because it's Rock Island, and I really hate a good YMCA.
Ugh.
So that's
worst.
I'm really putting my foot down, everybody, and I
Yeah.
am not going. And I've always
We were
known.
all like, please, Kara, please.
Yeah.
And she was like,
And I was
no,
like, you
absolutely
got-
not.
It is a
I know.
double strike. It is both a YMCA,
Mhm.
even though it's no longer open. It's a
Uh-huh.
YMCA.
It still has the
and
vibe.
It still is the vibe, and it's a Rock Island. So
I know.
I don't know why anyone would think I would go. Actually, I'll just be working. I swear, paranormal community, can we change up the rotation of weekends is all I'm going to ask. I swear you put everything on every weekend I work. I work every third weekend and you count it off. Stop doing that.
You
Please
should
and
post
thank
your
you.
schedule.
You know what? You should
I'm
post
fully
your
willing
schedule
to.
and then write a formal letter to
Mhm.
everyone
Just
on
to
paper.
the paranormal community.
Yes.
on paper.
Yeah.
On paper in cursive.
They'll get it somehow. They're part
Yep.
of the paranormal community.
Exactly.
It's
it will
very
magic
well
over.
connected.
Yes.
So like the other event that I don't know if I could make any trades for to actually make it to will be at Bell Mansion in like January 20th, 21st-ish, that weekend. Yeah, I work. So everybody consult me before you schedule your stuff, and maybe like we could do something. I was on a podcast last night, and I think my New Year's resolution, Jenny
Quit your
Davis,
job?
if you no, I mean if we get to the point that we can, sure. But Jenny Davis, seems to know when and where all of these Paracons are before they're even announced. I feel like she just like senses it. I don't know how she knows, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to ask her how she knows. But also, I'm gonna have to consult with her, because even if I'm not working on the weekend, I'm working both Friday and Monday generally, and then that's terrible for paraconning. So
Yeah, but you can still do it. It'd just be cut short a little
Just
bit.
right, terrible.
Fine.
So listen,
Also, there's
everybody
school.
get on it and arrange your schedule so that it matches Kara's.
Yes.
That would be great, because
But-
how else are we going to get some more reels? How else are we going to
Yeah,
get
who's
some
doing
more
your reels
serious-
this weekend?
Exactly. There's
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
Doing it.
I don't know.
You're gonna miss out on Arms Akimbo reels.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna miss
Yeah.
out on a lot of things.
Well,
so
you know
We
what?
don't know how to use cameras. We clearly have no idea.
Everybody, we're going to have a table right next to Dave at this thing. So
Yeah.
we'll make him do it for
Oh,
us.
yes.
He does have a nice camera. It does take well from his phone. But
And
also,
then we'll steal his camera and get the stuff. It's fine.
Perfect.
Most
I want to steal
importantly-
his watch. Let's just
Okay.
steal
Oh,
the
stuff
watch.
from him this
All right.
weekend.
but also,
Perfect.
a year from now, everybody, Great Lakes Paranormal Conference. We are gonna go.
Yeah, we are.
That is set. It's already
That
in the
way,
calendar.
yes.
The invites have been sent out to.
I'm
Jenny
already
Tressa.
excited. I'm sorry.
And hopefully they
Why are you
accept
sorry?
them
Don't
soon
be
because
sorry.
I don't know that they're going. So
You guys, we're gonna
until
have
they
so much
accept
more
it.
merch by that point in time. It's
So
gonna
much,
be
and it'll
so
be the
much.
best merch in that whole building. So
Quality.
don't
There'll be
get me
a
wrong.
type of merch I'm not even talking about because I don't want anybody
Cotton.
else to like really tap
Cotton.
into that
We're
untapped
not-
market.
we're not
We
gonna
Oh
just
no, no,
covered.
no! We're not
Mm,
giving
that's ours.
details.
We're not spilling the beans.
We're just letting you
because
know it's the merch that you want and need.
Yes.
We are gonna. Our table will be in demand whether you like us or not. You're coming to get that merch.
Whether you like us or not, you're giving us money, and we are giving you merchandise in exchange. Come on.
Hmm
Yeah.
But you're gonna like us. You'll like us.
Yeah.
So guys, I
Come
have
on.
kind of exciting news for me if it gets made, but Diet sent me, surprisingly enough, I get just Bigfoot stuff all the time. So
Weird.
I got a fundraising thing for a movie, Voices in the Wilderness, which is about the Sierra Camp,
Oh.
which is this super cool little camp, and it's obviously up in the Sierras. Wow, I just totally my brain stopped working. For a
It
second
just
there.
paused.
Sorry, it just
I had to
Hey,
look
welcome to
paused.
my world. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
But Missing 411 did a thing on it, like a little segment on the Bigfoot vocalizations up there because they are astounding. They're clear, and this Sierra Club is like the only group that goes to this camp. Right? They don't allow outsiders in, so they're making a new documentary
That's really
about
cool.
it. It is really cool, and I'm very, very excited about it.
Wait, real quick question.
Yeah.
Sierra Club, like the conservation?
Not like the conservation
Okay.
group. It's just this other Sierra Club that they've come up with, which is
All right,
amazing.
I retract my question. That's fine.
Okay, all right, that's fair. That's totally fair. But it's really cool. And if you ever hear the vocalizations, like if you ever follow it and listen to them, they are kind of astounding.
Yeah, they're great.
Oh, they're so good. They're so good.
Let's listen to one right now.
Oh, Sierra. So much Sierra discussion.
Wait, I think that was on.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
I know, it's so good, right?
Ah,
I know, I taped that just a little while ago in my backyard.
wow.
I know, that's my other big news, you guys, is I finally did it. I finally became friends with Bigfoot.
Oh my God.
Just hanging out.
No, but you wouldn't be
In my
because you would just be
backyard.
gone. You would just
Yeah,
be
we would
gone.
never you would just disappear.
What if I had loose ends to tie up before I left, though?
No,
you
but
don't care
no,
about
there's
them.
no such thing. Loose ends don't exist when Bigfoot is romancing you. No.
That's true.
No.
Thank you.
That's very true. But the guy's name, Ron Moorhead, that's why I had a brain bleach buzz moment where...
Why?
Yeah, because I couldn't remember the dude's name. I was like, I don't remember. Is
Oh,
it
it's-
Ron? Is it John? I don't know.
It wasn't because of Moorhead.
It might have been it.
Stop.
Shut up. That might have been it.
I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, you guys,
Ressa.
why do you think like I'm blushing and I'm fumbling my words? My God.
She just couldn't even hear that last name
Oh.
without.
Getting on a Twitter. Oh,
So everyone out
I
there,
don't know if
you
I can
just
say
know-
this name.
You just know what you have to say to really. Look at her! Look at her! She can't even say it. So we have Mike of WAP calling us pervs. I'm just saying.
Okay, Mike. Okay.
So Mike, funny story, and for everybody. So I don't know if you all saw. You better have seen.
That's the funny story.
And you should. No, but it's about the shirts. It's not about being a perv. But so Mike very generously of We Are Paranormal. Go check out his new show. We Are Paranormal shows on Paraflixx. That's my plug. But we hung out with them at Great Lakes Paranormal Conference, and we have WAP shirts. So out of nowhere on Saturday, I realized I didn't know where mine was and started to kind of have like a breakdown. I was like, I cannot face Mike in the future and say, I literally lost this t-shirt. I would be mortified because I don't lose t-shirts, you know, and I'm like, oh my God, I'd have to tell him. And I don't know why Mike, as if we have this long-standing history, you know.
But you found it, right? You're like really like leading this on. You found it, right?
Stop killing the anticipation, Tressa.
So
I don't like it.
I really was in a panic. I'm checking the drawer. I'm like going through. I have a t-shirt drawer very thick of like now these paranormal shirts and groups. I know, Mike, oh no. So then I calmly, later that evening, I did see Jenny and I calmly disclosed, I think I lost my WAP shirt. She said, oh, I have it. It was in my car.
Got it.
So it's safe, it's secure, and I will have it back. Don't worry, everybody. Mike, I didn't even have to tell you that story.
Edge of my seat, you guys.
Rest assured, I was in a panic. I was like, this man is not going to trust us ever again, or at least not me.
Well, he trusts Tressa and me, just not you.
Yeah, no. So
throwing
it'll be
t-shirts
like,
all over the place. Little does
who knows what I did.
Little does he know that as we were driving away from the Paracon, we were just like, whoop, out the window.
Thanks for the shirt. It's been great.
So anyway, the shirt's safe.
That's
I guess
not
it's
what
being
happened.
washed at Jenny's. I'll
Yes.
see it again one day, and I will have it.
Yes.
But I don't know why. I like panicked about that Saturday afternoon.
Why does Jenny have it? Were you guys sharing a suitcase?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you not do that with your friends?
No, don't get out of my shit. No.
No, so I don't know.
Oh.
I think I threw it in the food bag. I think actually that and one other shirt were in a bag in the food bag.
Okay.
You were changing shirts a lot.
A lot. There
that
was a
weekend.
lot of costume changes, and who
Behind
knows where I
trucks,
was
yeah.
changing.
Behind
I'm
trucks.
unsurprised.
I
Catch
know.
me
It was
the
behind
truck,
trucks.
y'all. So
Yeah.
so anyway, that shirt did make it home, but just not to my home, and so that's my story of Mike and We Are Paranormal, and watch his show that was just released on Paraflixx, and go subscribe
Yes,
to
it's
Paraflixx.
a whole frickin' spooky day. I got really thrown that I wasn't going to swear, and I forgot what I was going to say. It's a spooky month. Paraflixx is going to have all the best stuff right now. Boy, was that a good cover? I don't know if
There
I
it
That
got
was so
that.
good. No one had any idea that there was something
that,
wrong.
that you were about
Thank
to
you.
Nothing.
swear.
You were doing awesome.
So it's going
I know.
great.
Woo, we are doing big things. Big things. Is Nick Sarlo here yet? What's going on? What's
Yeah,
happening?
he
Is
just
in
popped-
I
our
was
he-
going to say,
waiting
in
room?
theory, he is. So speaking of
He literally
Paraflixx,
just popped in when you said that, but
that's
go ahead.
perfect timing. So speaking of Paraflixx and speaking of our friends, Nick Sarlo has not given me a t-shirt yet, unlike Mike of We Are Paranormal. So
Well, that should be the first thing that we talk about
Yes.
immediately.
So we're
upon his
going to
arrival.
have to talk to Nick about that. But
Why do you get
But-
what's happening with the t-shirts?
that's just our thing now. So, but anyway, Nick Sarlo is of Shadow Hunters, Investigations and Events, Paranormal Investigations and Events. He does his own podcasting. He has his show. And I'm just watching the chat. I apologize. I have to stop looking between
Yeah, don't.
Sierra
Yeah,
of
I don't know
Expedition
where-
Entity and
Where'd
Mike.
you go, Kara? We're having
Um,
a banner day, guys.
We have priorities. Let's
They
go.
just look like it's fun over there in the chat. So, like it's not fun over here. So anyway, Nick is also on Paraflixx, and we are definitely here to discuss his new show, Solo in the Shadows, that he is going to talk about, and other shows he has on Paraflixx and everything else he is up to. So, welcome, Nick Sarlo.
Oh, there he
Oh,
is.
there he is.
Hello.
Hello, Nick Sarlo.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you guys?
Good. How are
We're
you?
fantastic.
I'm good. Can you guys hear me okay? Everything
We
good?
can.
We can, yeah.
Perfect. I have a fan blowing in my room because it's October 2nd and it's like 95 degrees outside. It's really
It's fun, right? Global warming, it's the best.
But
Oh, yeah,
also,
that's fine.
I looked ahead at the week because I did, and then I was really sad. It's going to be a high of 58 on Friday.
See, that's
Mhm.
good. I'd rather
Well-
have that because that's Fright Fest weather. And running
That's-
around like I did last week in 82-degree weather is not fun. With
I'm sorry, but
makeup.
I don't care about your discomfort. I care about my comfort, and I like the warmth. So
And the bundling up I'm going to have to do. So enjoy the heat.
Yep.
And
I'm bringing
fuck
it back.
Nick.
So what is this about a t-shirt that I
So okay, so quick the t-shirts. So we go to Great Lakes Paranormal Conference, the one you weren't at, but I will not be at Rock Island YMCA, so I guess we're even. But also, so I had asked Mike, I don't know if anybody's been paying attention, but we have a whole thing with UAPs and how we are a non-UAP podcast. This is it's a stance we have taken.
Now listen,
So-
that doesn't mean we're against them. That means that we don't like the name change. Let's make that
Thank you.
very clear.
There we
We're
go.
not
We need to
calling
keep
it.
UFO. We are
It's
not
UFOs.
doing UAP.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we're a non-UAP podcast, and then Jenny, not really totally realizing what WAP meant in pop culture, referenced that in relation to that. So I didn't realize she didn't know. I thought we were just being funny.
Nope.
So now we're talking about WAP a lot all of a sudden, as a group. So then there's We Are Paranormal and their t-shirts. I can't wear it because I don't have mine right now, and that's my own fault. I mixed it in with a food bag. But
Which makes perfect sense when you say it out loud.
it sure does. And you all know what happens at Paracon. So
mhm.
Eat a lot.
you eat a lot and your t-shirts get
Snacks.
mixed up. So
Snacks.
So anyway, so we had all t-shirts. Check out our reels and all the pictures that Mike posted for We Are Paranormal and that Paraflixx posted. But we all had our WAP shirts from Mike. So I was devastated. I lost mine, and I didn't really lose it. Jenny has it, and we just realized we don't have any shirts from you. So that's the end of the
That's-
story.
Yeah, so that was a really long way
Yeah.
to tell you that Kara wants a shirt. And
Yeah,
then
we
whenever
want shirts.
whenever Kara gets something, Tressa and I also want it.
Yes.
Because
Now,
we're
would
five.
you like a
so
Shadow Hunter shirt, a Solo in the Shadow shirt,
Uh-huh.
or a Paranormal 1986 shirt?
Yes.
Solo in the Shadows is my choice.
There you go.
That would
Yeah,
be
That's what it would
mine.
look like.
Yeah.
I
Not
would
only
like
is
to
it
have.
your new project, but it's also kind of like it's a cooler shirt.
Yeah, and I can be like, I'm solo. Do not
Yeah.
talk to me. I
Solo
don't.
in
There
the
you go.
Shadows. It really brings questions. People might ask
Oh, yeah.
questions about it, and then we can
Agreed.
tell you all about the show. Or we can make a funny joke about being
Yeah.
alone in the dark. We could go either way. Depends on our
You know
mood.
what?
We
That's
could do
fine.
both.
Yeah,
There's gonna be jokes regardless.
there will be.
I'm an ass. I'm sorry.
It
Yeah.
happens. It happens.
So, Nick, why don't you tell us a little bit more about your most recent project, because that is very intriguing and exciting to me.
Yes. So for the longest time, we weren't posting anything with Paraflixx, and I really got to thinking, we got to come up with a new idea of something to do. And originally, we had a show that was going to be called Paranormal Backstage Beyond the Normal.
Yes, we heard this idea and loved it, by the way.
Yes. So, the whole thing with that is kind of going behind the scenes of paranormal investigations and kind of putting the viewers behind the scenes of exactly what goes on into an investigation, how the research goes, how the history goes, just exactly how we get ready for an investigation. This was a little too big of a project for me to do because unfortunately I did not have help with it, so I could not do the project. And I had called Natalie from Paraflixx, and I was like, you know what, unfortunately I'm not going to be able to do this show, and I was really bummed out because it was something I really wanted to do and everything. And Natalie is like the sweetest person out there. She's so nice and everything, and she's like, Nick, it's no problem at all. We go through these things, and things happen. We're human. Everyday life happens and all that. And then she's like, but you have something cooking in that little brain of yours, don't you? And I was like, I do. How about a new project? So I decided to create something called Solo in the Shadows. And Solo in the Shadows is, and before the viewers out there get all wishy-washy and stuff like that, it is about investigating alone, but there will still always be people inside of the building. So it's not like we're alone, because one, that is the dumbest thing you can ever do. Never go on a paranormal investigation by yourself, even with just 2 people. Like, always have some sort of group that's going with you, because if something happens, you fall down the stairs, anything like that, and you're by yourself, you're stuck there. You break a leg, there's nothing you can do. Now, with Solo in the Shadows, it's going to be, we kind of have like a group discussion at the beginning of the video. Diet Renee is the host of Solo in the Shadows. And Diet's part is going to be, she will be doing the history, and she's doing the paranormal evidence that has been captured at any of these haunted locations we go to. She will come on first and explain everything. Then it goes right into us investigating. None of this B-roll footage or anything like that. I like B-roll footage and all that, but everybody right now has a very short attention span. They want to get right to the point. So with that, we'll go right to the point. It'll show us kind of discussing where people are going to go and stuff like that. And the whole thing is, people on my team, for example, will say, okay, Sharon, go into the basement by yourself for 25 minutes and investigate down there alone. Now, we will walk Sharon to her location. We will set up a night vision camera so everybody can see, and then we will go right back up. And then we'll be filmed on one end, and then Sharon will be filmed by the night vision camera. At all times, Sharon or whoever it is will have a walkie-talkie, and then we'll have a walkie-talkie. Just always make sure we do have some sort of contact with them, to make sure everything is going good. And then as soon as that 25 minutes is up, we'll go down, we'll go get that person, and guess what? The next person is going to go. It could be me or somebody else. And the reason we're doing this is because we feel you're more likely to get paranormal activity when you are by yourself. And who knows what kind of paranormal activity you can get. You can get something that is specific to you that is not going to happen to somebody else. And that's what we're trying to figure out. That's what we're trying to do. And that's why I thought it was like, this would be a very interesting type show to do, because really it has been done before. It's a paranormal show that's specifically to be by yourself.
I love that idea. I love, I hadn't even considered, I can totally see one person individually getting more than a group of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I like the switching out in the same kind of thing, because I was literally just about to ask you if one person has, different experiences than another person, just based on who they are. And it sounds like that's something that you've encountered before. Is that where this idea has come from?
Oh yeah, we've encountered that multiple times. We've had activity happen to us. For example, when I went to Indiana State, and I caught that figure of the woman or whoever it was by myself. Now, would somebody else have caught that? Maybe, maybe not. But I still feel that was my own personal encounter, and it happened for a reason to me and not anybody else that day. So why not do a big, gigantic show about everybody's different paranormal experiences and then put them together, because you never know. One thing may tie into another thing, and then maybe you can solve something too. Maybe there's a mystery of the place or whatever, and guess what? You just solved it by each person having their own experience.
Well, when I was talking to, there's a lot of paranormal investigators, ghost finders that, I just don't really know much about the entire scenario, right? Because I'm so heavily invested in the cryptids and all the other stuff.
Oh.
But so I was kind of just asking questions about what everybody's experienced, and that was one of the most prevalent answers, was it has to do with your perception.
Mm-hmm.
And sort of what you have in your head as far as preconceived notions or anything like that. And that's a really cool idea, to catch a spot from a lot of different perspectives. That's so interesting. I love the idea of the history too, because I'm always interested in what happened at a place.
History, especially with us, it's a big thing. We love everything with history. And history has a lot to do with, obviously, with the paranormal and stuff like that. At first, we may still try this in a couple episodes, but wherever we go, we would have Dia do um, the looking up history, the evidence, and all that, but not tell us,
Well,
Nice.
yeah.
Oh,
and then kind
Absolutely.
of go what we're getting to see if it correlates to what Diet was saying earlier in the episode. Because then that way we're kind of blindsided too. Like right now, so when at the Paracon coming up this Saturday, we're actually filming Solo in the Shadows, the first episode, the Friday night before the
Oh,
Paracon.
that's awesome.
oh, cool.
We're going to film there. If you're on Paraflixx and you have a show on Paraflixx, you can join us for that episode. So you
Oh.
might see, Expedition Entity in there. You might see We Are Paranormal, anything like that. And how it's going to go with that is, like, we've never been to the YMCA before. We've never been there, at where the Paracon is and all that. So kind of right now, yeah, we're a little blindsided because I don't know where any of these rooms are. One, two, all I know is it's 4 floors. And I know just a little bit of the evidence. So it kind of gives it more that strange creep factor into there. That way it gives the audience at home kind of a good scare too at the same time. Because it's kind of like they're with you the whole time, not knowing exactly what's going to happen.
No, that's awesome.
Absolutely.
I like that. Is it? It's the Estes method, right? With like
blindfold
the
and
blindfold and the ears. It's kind of like history. The history
Yeah, the
version
S-
of that. The
Yep.
history version of what's going on
Right,
with that.
right. Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Right.
Just
So I'm
yeah. I mean, because I
excited
know
to
it was
do it.
my approval you were waiting on. I like it. Go ahead with that. I've just
Well,
greenlit
no,
that.
I really do like when people, kind of get the picture where I'm going, type of thing, and because yeah, while I am a paranormal investigator, I'm also a filmmaker, producer, and director. So there's like certain ways that I like things to go, type of thing, and I like how other people can kind of see where I'm headed and where I'm going and stuff like that.
No, and I like it because I think we all know when, especially I tend to connect to people around me, right? And if I sometimes quite honestly, if we're just hanging out in the dark and hanging out, I don't care how serious we're trying to be, eventually you just end up talking, to the other person next to you. And I think then you start to, well, not notice things, but you start to share experiences a little bit more than you meant to. You kind of build on each other.
Right.
Could be good or bad, but probably not always great. But also, even if you're not even talking, if you're just sitting there, you are also tapping into that person and their energy as opposed to just what's around you and sensing what's around you. And so that other person is noisy, and clouds what you're going to see and hear because they have their own energy that you're seeing and feeling and hearing. And it does make it a little bit harder because they're going to kind of override that energy that isn't as loud and behind a veil. So no, I think that's awesome to just be in the space by yourself and actually just force yourself to actually just feel it.
Absolutely.
I have a question for you. So you
Yeah.
mentioned that they're going to have like walkie-talkies to get in touch, obviously, and then cameras would be the other thing. Is there a couple more pieces of technology that you're going to have, or is it going to be really just you guys getting your experiences and having that filmed?
So how it'll be too is, so each investigator, they can bring up to 2 pieces of equipment with them wherever they go, or if they choose to only go by themselves, just to kind of see how they feel and everything. Everybody will be required to have a flashlight no matter what. This is not Project Fear, Destination Fear, going by themselves. And even though I really like that stuff, it's just we're not ready for that yet. Like that's just but every paranormal investigator will have at least 2 pieces of equipment they can bring with them: REM pod, digital voice recorder. There will not be any Estes methods that we will be doing with the show, just because anytime I do them, I get such a nasty headache. It's not even funny.
Right. The sound in your ears the whole time. No, thank you.
It's bad, and I think doing the Estes method by yourself can be extremely dangerous. without somebody else in the room.
Interesting. Why do you say that? Although maybe it should be obvious to me, it's 100% not. But why would you?
So we've had in the past where either I have gone under or somebody else on the team has gone under, and there's somebody else in the room, but we've literally stood up and started walking with the Estes method.
Oh wow.
If we're walking with the Estes method and we're blindfolded,
Yeah.
And you're by
and you're
yourself?
by yourself and you're bumping in, no, we won't allow it. You can do a normal spirit box session, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Sure.
Just no Estes.
That's interesting. Yeah, you don't want a whole whatever it was, that movie that he got stuck in the rock.
Because
Scenario.
here's
Yeah,
what
that up.
was it, 72 hours?
Yeah, I
think?
brought that up. You're welcome. Think
Thank
about
you.
that. Yeah.
Thank you, Jenny.
And the thing is too, let's say somebody touches you, or to put it even creepier, what if there is another human inside of the building that you
Oh.
No.
No.
Mm-mm. No, thank
Yeah,
you.
no, that's the
No,
That's
the
worst.
thank you.
humans are
Scares
the
me.
scariest.
Yeah.
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 that really scares me.
Are you going to have cameras on everyone as they're alone? Like, would you have live feed to them to watch them?
We're still kind of seeing how we want to do, with that. But right now we're just going to mostly, there's just going to be a night vision camera in the room with them. It'll be set up like in a corner or whatever, where we can see the entire room. We have enough lights to light up the entire room, so we should be okay with that. Just to see how that goes. If it's not going good, or we want more angles or something like that, then we'll possibly look into a DVR system or something like that to kind of help us out.
So they're on their own.
Mhm.
You're just like, good
They're
luck.
on their own.
Have fun.
Here's the thing though, everybody in the team is going to go by themselves at a point or another, including myself. If there's a doll or a spider, you will hear me scream because I can't do spiders. I hate spiders. I hate insects. I hate
Got it.
bugs. But dolls creep me out too.
I have a backup. I have
Thank
a
you.
follow-up question.
Thank you, Jenny.
I have some follow-ups there. First of all, I want to support you in your doll disliking feelings. I don't care if it's a bias. Down with dolls. No, thank you.
No
All
worries.
of them. They can go away. Secondly, so you purposely go to a lot of abandoned places with entities where there are hauntings, and you can't handle spiders.
Nope.
The
Oh my.
good news is
What
a lot
do
of
you
these
do?
places don't have a lot of spiders, actually. They're not as spidery as you think they would be.
Okay, because when we were at the asylum, there were several. There were several spiders.
There's
Yeah,
spiders
but
everywhere.
not
Okay.
as spidery as you think it's going to be.
Not
They're
as
really... No.
Put it this way: when I was
It's
when
pretty
I was
not
18
spidery.
years old, and there was a spider in my room, I would still call my mom to go kill it.
Well, I mean, moms are kind of the best.
Yes.
I
And then
get
if
it.
she wasn't home, I would use Windex to spray the crap out of it.
I
Well,
mean-
I mean,
You gotta do what you
Okay.
gotta do.
Okay.
I'm not that bothered by any of these things happening. So
I
Sierra just
just
said
see
she
this
didn't see a single spider
surprising.
at the asylum. I agree with Sierra. I was not
Okay.
seeing the spiders. Jenny
It's
is
just-
wrong. She
Fair.
didn't see spiders. She was distracted.
I was
It feels
distracted by all
spidery.
the hallucinogens I took.
Yeah, there you go.
That's not accurate.
I
did
saw
not-
all these
know.
cobwebs, but I don't know if they're real.
She
Yeah.
she had
see,
a lot
Paige,
of caffeine that weekend. She was very
I did.
caffeinated, so she was seeing
Paige.
spiders.
As I'm reminded in the chat, Paige took a picture of one of the spiders.
She found
so,
the one spider.
haha.
The one.
She
The
found
spider.
the spider.
Listen,
Just
I don't
one.
argue with
No,
you
you know
about
why
your
there's not a lot of
experiences.
spiders though? There aren't because there's
Ghosts
not
eat
things
them.
living. No, there's not all the living things. So if you have no things dying and living, you don't have food there. The flies are not living on things, and spiders aren't catching them.
It's a very
They're
valid
outside.
point.
Right.
Very valid point. I'll give you
True.
that.
No,
But I
absolutely.
I admire that just about as much as going into solo places that are haunted is going into some of these places and being, not comfortable with bugs. So both ways, very brave.
From what I've seen from media, every haunted house is covered in cobwebs. So I'm going to have to call you guys on this.
No, I'm telling you, you don't really see them.
I
Really
think
don't.
Disney would say otherwise.
There was an abandoned factory I went to once that had dead animals in the basement. So there was tons of flies because there was tons of maggots eating these dead animals, and so there were a lot of spiders there. But
Yeah,
only
we're good.
where there was water.
All right,
As soon as you get away from the water.
You know, if I get crap for bringing up 72 hours, then she gets crap for bringing up maggots.
I didn't flinch on
Yeah,
72
but
hours.
72 hours was wholesome and inspirational, Jenny. So there you go.
I know. So anyway, Nick.
Yeah, sorry.
So out of the things that you, what do you enjoy doing most with some of these paranormal shows? Do you enjoy being in them, directing them, or being sort of like the creative idea guy?
That's actually a good question. Because when we first started doing stuff with Paraflixx and even on YouTube a long time ago, I'd always like to be in it to kind of like be like the host or, just investigating and stuff like that. But then the more that I got into the paranormal, the more I wanted to do behind the scenes, filming, directing, producing, editing. Like editing's my thing. I love, video editing and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, Kara.
That, you know
love
what,
video
commendable, because I find editing to be a hell demon. So
But see,
Yeah.
I love it too, though. I get it. I love it too.
I love doing it, and
Do it.
like I didn't have any lessons or anything like that. Everything was taught through YouTube. I
Nice.
watched a lot of YouTube videos and all that, and I use Sony Vegas Pro to edit all the videos. I find that that's the easiest one. I tried Adobe once, and I wanted to throw my computer out the screen,
Yeah.
or out the window.
uh-huh.
I won't do
Adobe for
though.
anything, really. I want to throw my computer out the window, but
But yeah, I mean, mostly, I don't know. Now it just kind of seems like I'm all three that you had mentioned before: creator, director, producer, and then star in it at the same time. And it's not about like being on TV or anything like that. It's just it's more about trying new ways to get people to believe into the program.
Oh, I like,
I like
that.
that.
I
Ditto.
like that.
So just like different turns and stuff that, because there's different things that people can try. And that's why I like working with a lot of people in the paranormal, because you learn from everybody every time you're with them or anything like that, or they learn from you something. It shouldn't be just, nope, I caught this is the best, your crap sucks. Like,
Agree. We
You-
can all
Yeah.
learn from each
Yeah.
other.
yes. 1000% yes.
mhm.
I feel like you have so many ideas on an average day. How many different ideas for either shows or
I've been yelled at for
What do
that
you-
because they're like, just pick one and do it. But the thing is,
No.
then I always
No.
think of something else, that can
You
go
never
with
know
it
which
and
one's
things
going to
like
be
that.
better. Keep
Yeah.
going.
Keep
So we
going,
did,
yes.
we're going to stick out solo in the shadows. We're going to strictly do that. And then I started a solo project by myself with my good friend Patrick Corellis, who's on the Shadowhunters team as well. We're doing a show specifically just for YouTube called Paranormal 1986. 1986, of course, for the year that I was born. And this show specifically is just Patrick and I going either on ghost hunting, or for the first time, we're going to be trying urban exploration. We're going to throw that in there too. Because I've noticed on YouTube, there's a lot with urban exploration, and those people get mega views on YouTube.
Yeah.
And my thing is, okay, so like ever since I was younger, like 14, 15 years old, and YouTube first came out and all that kind of stuff, they came out with these silver and gold YouTube play buttons. I have always wanted a play button. A play button is if you get over 100,000 subscribers, you get a huge plaque from YouTube that says congratulations and all that. And I think for me, trying to do something like that and what I do with videos and all that kind of stuff, I feel that would be a major accomplishment for
Yeah.
myself, and that's what I'm trying to go for. And then the gold play button is if you get 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
Woo.
It's very hard to get, but it's definitely like it would just make me feel good that I was able to do something and accomplish this.
Absolutely.
And get that kind of stuff. And my whole plan is to do Paranormal 1986, and once that gets really good, kind of trickle in the Shadowhunters YouTube page, get people to go to the Shadowhunters YouTube page, and then kind of get 2 very successful YouTube pages going.
And then 15 plaques.
Yeah, I just want one.
I was gonna say, I
Just
think you'd
one.
be good with one.
Yeah.
Well, actually, 2: the silver and then the gold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like, you know what? I would hang it right back there.
Yeah.
That would be my main goal, and all that kind of stuff. And it's just, I think it would be just like a major accomplishment, and that kind of stuff, just to kind of really show how much hard work that I put into all my stuff.
Right, that's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking while you're saying this. Like, you've earned it.
Yeah,
Get
right?
that plaque, bro. Come on.
Yeah,
I wish.
1,000%.
Yeah. At a point, when TikTok first came out and all that kind of stuff, we actually had 100,000 subscribers on TikTok.
Oh my
And
god.
then somebody hacked our account and everything got deleted. So now we're back at 150.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we're trying to get back up there again and all that. And here's the thing that I always explain to everybody too. It's not about followers. It's nothing to do with that. It's not about getting famous or anything like that. It's about, I don't care if I have 1 follower or no followers. I'm doing this for myself, and my thing is to prove to people that Ghosts are real. That's what I'm trying to do. So if all these followers want to come with, hey, that's great. That's awesome. If nobody wants to come with, oh well. I'm not going to stop. Like, until I actually find out Ghosts are real. I still don't even know if Ghosts are real
See,
right
but
now.
like, what's the proof then? Like, is it are EVPs enough? Are DVPs enough? Are apparitions enough?
I think
where is
that's-
the proof?
I mean,
Right,
for
right.
all of our listeners who don't know what a DVP is, maybe we could tell them, but not
Yeah,
me.
not
because
me. I'm smart and I know
I'm way
things.
good at it.
Direct. Direct voice phenomenon. So
like where they're
EVP is electronic.
Yeah, everybody knows that already,
and
Jenny.
Yeah.
You
DVP
stupid dum-dum.
direct. So you all go, oh my god, you just heard that voice.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
Yeah, that's right. Because all these stupid dum-dums don't.
So the funny thing about a DVP though, like unless you could totally prove, I always since July of this year tell this story. But I was leaving, so bringing up ISS again, we were leaving ISS, we were finally like, 'cause we didn't sleep over, we didn't get a hotel, like we had to drive home. So it was 2 a.m, exhausted. We woke up pretty early that morning. We're going to be driving home. Chris and his group of people that he was with popped out of a tunnel, like right by the road. There's the tunnel and it pops out. And he goes, and I still laugh, he's going, we're getting DVPs out of the woods. You could hear, out of the woods. And to me, I'm like, how do you know that's not a bunch of locals hiding in the woods yelling things at you? I literally was like, roll up the windows and let's go. Because to me, so that's the problem with DVPs for me, is I don't know how you prove that it's not some person hiding somewhere or whatever.
Right.
That's a difficult
Right.
one. Like at least an EVP, we all agree that nobody heard anything, and now we have this recording. So I think that feels more like proof than a voice. Because I think there's always that, like I have at the prison, I have a breath. That Rob and I heard that's one of, I think, the funnier stories, because we both thought the other was being a weirdo, and it turns out just a ghost really had to breathe next to us. But we both heard it, and I still, for some reason, because it was direct, I don't know why, and we got a recording of it. Still, hard to believe, but I mean, that, to me, that's proof, but so, where's your line of proof? You have proof when?
Right. I think for me, proof would actually be, honestly, a ghost appearing on camera, and then I get to ask it questions type of thing.
Whoa.
thing. Yeah, I know.
We're
right?
gonna need the veil to
Yeah,
get
wow.
real thin for that,
Yeah.
Nick.
Yeah, right.
It's getting there. It's
Um,
thinning, but we.
It is, and honestly, like it goes back to that thing at Indiana State, like seeing that thing and then actually capturing it on film and all that kind of stuff. That still was not enough.
So that's why I say, like, what is the enough? Like,
I-
so we're asking for them to just basically be back to life, essentially.
Yeah, right. I guess you could put it that way.
Just appear, full body apparition, maybe even be a little solid.
I mean, you could, just hey, sit your translucent ass down. I have some questions for you. Like, I don't know.
If
I
you could do that, that would be great. If you
Yeah,
could get
That'd
on
be
that.
real cool.
And I think too,
Yeah.
it's more because I'm like a adrenaline junkie as well. Like I love roller coasters. Like that's my top of the thing.
I didn't know
love
that
roller
about you.
coasters. Yeah, really. You should know. For those watching, I love roller coasters. I'm always at Great America.
He sure
Six
does.
Flags.
He
But I
sure
think I still
does.
feel that I have to get that thrill, and a lot of it has to do with ghost hunting too. Like when something happens, I'm like, oh my god, like that's great. Not those people. Can you do it again? Can you do it again? Can you do it again?
Yeah.
Oh, one more time. If they do it once, like that's great, right there.
That's yeah.
Even if you didn't capture it on film, Sierra, I was just at Great America yesterday. Did you see somebody dressed
Just like Nick. Do you follow him on social media?
Did you see Nick? Pretty much.
That's what's important.
You
And
get
then
chased by
were
one of the
you
chainsaw people.
were you very scared by Nick when you saw him? Important question, Sierra. That's all we need to know.
Did he
Oh,
keep
man.
asking you if you had seen any ghosts?
And speaking of Six Flags, we if you guys or who's ever going, I'm a big baby in Leave Before the Scary People Come Out. Oh, that's so fun.
Oh,
Hang on.
It's
I
because
Yeah,
have
hold
a
up.
question.
Hold up. Hold up.
because
Just one
she's so
second.
cute. She's so
Uh,
cute.
How do we know
Hang
her
on.
again?
Hang on. Yeah, exactly.
What'd she do again?
I believe she
It's
goes
different.
and she looks for the spookies. For
It's
the
different.
spooks.
Okay.
It's different.
Okay.
So
All
the
right,
spooky
sure.
people that can actually touch you, but the scare actors that are not allowed to touch you, like that don't make sense.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, real people are
And
way
that are real
scarier
people.
than ghosts.
We don't
She
know
said
That
you.
is true.
Real people are way scarier
very
than ghosts.
scary.
They
I
are.
will
But
go
that's
with
just
that.
like normal people on the street. That's not like,
Scare actors.
the scare actors typically are like the nice, safe people.
Are
you
your
know?
scary actors thoroughly background checked? That's important.
No, absolutely not.
They just let them on
Yeah.
in.
I'm sorry.
Come on in. No, for Great America, they do that. They do background checks for everybody and all that. And speaking of Six Flags, if you guys are going to the Paracon on Saturday, we are actually donating 2 free Fright Fest tickets to go into the
Ooh.
park, which does include parking. And then you're also going to win a free Six Flags Fright Fest hoodie to wear while you go.
Get out.
We like hoodies.
We're all about hoodies here.
See?
It
We're
is
all
getting
about
to be
hoodies.
hoodie
now.
season.
It is.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a great time. I love what you said. I've always been terrified that someone will sneak in and will murder me, and everyone will just acting.
there's
they won't help me.
movies about that. She's not wrong.
They're
to
not.
have that
They're
fear.
not
I know.
documentaries. They're not.
It's a valid concern, and I am saying she's not wrong. I say all of this saying I love haunts. I love them. I love everything about it, and I will go anytime as long as I don't
I
have
have a
10
question,
other
real
things
quick.
to do.
Kara, do you also, when you see like those logging trucks driving on the road,
I
do you
prefer to
avoid them
not,
at all
yeah.
costs? Okay, just
Okay,
I
well
prefer
that
to
just
not.
makes sense.
All right.
Because
I also don't
logs.
drive behind like a dump truck because a rock is going to fly out. Like I have to be realistic.
And it smells bad. But also, what about tanning beds? How do you feel about tanning
I'm
beds?
okay with tanning beds.
Well, here's the thing.
I've
ride roller
cut down on
coasters
tanning
constantly, and
beds
I've seen
just
that
for
movie
the
millions of times,
Skin
so.
oldness. That's it.
I'm sorry. Nick had something very important to say. We were
What was
discussing
your very
tanning beds.
important? Say it
I
again.
know. I
Nick.
just said I ride roller coasters all the time, and I've seen that movie millions of times.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Mhm.
No, there was
Again.
one time. What is it? Is it X Flight? It's like on your, like you're kind of just hanging there, whatever. I think it was X Flight, We literally were getting on. I think it was last time I was there, and it was like malfunctioning, and they kept being like, "Oh, I don't know." We still went on it after like they figured it out. Right after they figured it out, and I was like, "What is wrong with me?"
Yeah.
That was
No.
Yeah. Okay. Now, hang on, because Sierra also really loves roller coasters, but the scare
the
actors.
people.
Okay.
The
I
people.
mean, I'm
No,
You know what,
anti-people
though?
too, but
It's even better.
100% Sierra. I understand the concern, and you should never go alone, is what I say. Nick might scare you if you go alone.
That's true. But I do have a quick question for Tressa, actually. So when they mentioned direct voice phenomena, and then people just yelling at people in the woods, did you also have the thought that we should find a ghost hunt and then go yell things at people?
Yes.
'Cause I
100%.
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
I
Let's
would
do
go
this.
for that. That would be
I'm
fun.
glad.
I
That
feel
would be
like
really
we should
funny.
have a
wouldn't
Bigfoot
even-
on record so we
I
could do
wouldn't
that
even
as
be
well.
mad.
Yeah.
Maybe
Nick,
a UFO sound.
Nick Sarlo, I need you to start jotting notes for your next idea,
Okay.
which is just a show that
I can see
follows us around.
That's
we
it.
go-
End of sentence.
Well, we go mess
Well,
with
yeah,
other
follows
people.
us from period.
Well, it's funny that you say that. Like, you can, and you know what? You can yell adult things at them too. Like, I've done this to people when it's scaring at Great
Oh.
America. I'll run at them and I'll say student loans, and they'll start freaking out and stuff like that.
Oh!
Oh my god, you guys. I went to this haunted house this weekend. It was terrifying. They kept reminding me of my student loans.
Yeah, right.
How? Like, is that even
You traverse the
legal?
whole- no.
No, God! I enjoy cheese!
See, like this is
And you
great.
know what? People
This is
get
great.
scared at anything. Like, if you have somebody coming towards you with a chainsaw and you start screaming and stuff like that, they'll scream no matter what. So it's always fair. So,
You could say anything.
I
I
know.
feel like the chainsaw might be the actual
Yeah,
fear connection then, but
Okay.
you know, whatever.
Maybe.
I
Yeah.
do think that we should get working on this show idea. Just every
Okay.
so often, we pop in and terrify people who are really trying their best to
It'll be our prank
you
show,
know,
Jenny.
be serious.
And you know what?
I think
We'll get
also,
into it.
most
involved with
importantly,
the
Nick,
Paraflixx.
I mean, we will be solo in your.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. I want to do that
I
so
really-
bad.
I'm signing
So
the contract
bad.
right now.
Please.
We will
Let
not have any
me-
pranks. No
No,
pranks.
no, I meant the solo thing,
promise.
but yes, both.
I
Solo,
promise.
solo in the shadows.
Solo in the
Well,
shadows.
yeah, I went somewhere with that they didn't even, they were just talking on their
You
own
guys,
on that one.
you know what?
We're having fun. We're all
we
having
can,
fun here.
We can look for guests. We're actually looking for people to be on the show.
Yes.
And stuff
So
like
we're
that.
throwing our hat in right now. How about that? That's what we're going to say.
If you want to watch a grown woman walk
I
in
do.
and
Oh,
be,
there's
and,
more?
there's more. Walk in and be very confident and very sure of herself, and then end up crying and possibly peeing a little bit. I'm your girl.
So
I want to watch that.
my thing is just bats. That's my thing that I will.
Oh.
So it's not. I will run. I will, but also I'll just like lay down on the tunnel floor. Either one.
You should get a cape or something.
I do have a cape, but it's lace. It's nice. And a little bit it would protect me from the bats, but
Yeah.
no, I'll just be on the floor. I can't help it.
You can
I mean,
tell
that's valid.
I also understand logically that if I stand still, the bats will fly around me. They're very smart and they can see me with their sound. But I will scream, flail a little bit in front of them and drop. Or
It'll
run,
be
try
like-
to outrun them.
You'll be like that girl in Goody instead of rabies.
I can't, like, I literally, logic is gone and I scream and run if there's bats.
I got
Just
chased by a
saying.
bat at Ashmore State, and it's on camera. You see, I'm filming. You see this bat come at me, and I fly. And then Diana, who's on our team, we call her Mama at Green America, and she's like, "Oh yeah, run to Mama. Like I'm gonna protect you from a bat." I don't think so. Like,
You're
I know
on
where
your
else to
own.
go.
You guys, I'm fine with all of these things. I will.
Yeah.
I will take the attention of the insects and the bats so that you guys can run to safety. I'm gonna jump on that grenade for you. That's how
Thank
much I
you.
love you.
We can make that a show too.
Deal.
I mean, we're here for it. Like, really, like, Nick, you got a show. We're here. Like, we will do it with you. We
I
do
think
want a
the
T-shirt
show that you guys are
exchange,
doing-
Oh,
but
I
yeah,
was
like,
gonna say the show that you guys are doing right now. I think that would be really good, like on Paraflixx or something too.
Oh, that's so weird.
What?
weird that somebody
I
would
don't
say
know.
something like that. Nick.
I was thinking that too, but I
That's
wasn't gonna
so
say
weird.
anything.
I don't.
It's so
What?
weird. I don't.
Weird.
What
Hmm.
about our prank show again?
I don't.
I mean,
We could do some guest spots on normal,
even?
serious TV shows too.
Yeah, like,
Yes.
that's fine.
Solo in the Shadows.
Yeah,
Yep.
You know what?
No,
You
really.
guys can you guys can come on the YouTube one too. Paranormal
Yeah.
1986.
we're here
If
for
we
it.
if we do the solo thing and there's bats, Kara's gonna freak out. I don't
And
know
that'll
why.
make for good YouTube
Yep.
TV and Paraflixx TV.
Jenny, I don't know why I should freak. But if you get my parents to tell me how they're disappointed in me, I will freak out. I will run.
Can we
I-
pipe that in
How
somehow?
Now, have you guys thought of any shows that you guys would like to do? Like just
Never.
anything.
I
This
think
has
we've just
never been a
reeled off.
discussion.
We just
Yeah.
came up with gold right there for you. Just us
Right?
yelling at people in the woods, first of all.
That has been part of our pitch. We'll
I
have
still want to
more.
do my cooking show on Travel Channel,
Yes.
but
We have a
in
great
haunted
idea.
Don't
hotels.
disclose
But
those
Yeah.
secrets.
Alright.
forget I said that.
It's
Haunted
just
hotels,
travel. It's
that
just
would be
travel.
good.
It's just traveling and it's boring. You guys don't
Hey,
want to hear about it.
Yeah,
That would be good.
it's just traveling and boring stuff.
Mhm.
Bats.
So
Oh, look, a
very, very importantly, because I have to try to get back to comments, and I'm really not doing a great job at it. Sierra did comment that I got a bat ring from Paige last weekend. I sure did, and I love it. But it's not a bat flying at my face to give me rabies. It's made of crystals and silver, so it's perfection. I also Saturday night remembered that I had that about when I remembered that I lost a T-shirt. And
I was there.
really,
I was present for both
literally,
of those things.
yes. Literally a week after it all happened, I was like, "Oh, look at this."
It is a lovely ring.
It is.
It is. Nick, it's very exciting that you are going to be at Rock Island.
Yeah,
Island
we're
Rock?
excited
Rock
about
Island.
that. We are giving a presentation
I love
about a certain haunted amusement park that I can say, but I can't say
Ooh.
where. We actually had to get special permission just to do this presentation for them. During the presentation, no video is allowed. No audio recorders are allowed. You can take pictures, that's fine, but you can't do any of the other stuff because these people do not want other people to know that the park is haunted. And then I'm doing a workshop on social media and the paranormal, where people can learn kind of how to boost their paranormal page and all that kind of stuff, and kind of just what to put on and what not to put on. Never. A lot of people, they see stuff on social media that they put on there, and it's a lot of arguments. Just stay out of the argument, because if you go into that argument, it's going to cause a whole other ruckus, and then you're going to get blamed for stuff that you had nothing to do. It's not worth it.
It's a very dramatic field.
Yeah, it's a little too dramatic, and we always tell people to just be yourself, obviously, on social media, and just advertise your stuff. Advertise you.
Mhm.
That's what's important. Don't feed into the drama and any of that kind of stuff. It's not worth it, because then other people look at you differently and all this kind of stuff. And it's like I always say, go to the source of the problem. Don't believe hype or jealousy or rumors. Rumors are a big thing, especially in the paranormal field, dude. It's ridiculous.
But drama and rumors are so fun.
They can be.
They're fun to observe, but I
just
think
kidding.
that's like normal life, right? Is just
a nightmare.
keep in your own area and beware of bats and insects.
Yeah, just kind of So I'm gonna do that. I just lost my train of thought.
Really? How
Sorry.
does that
So you're
happen?
going to have your
How did
social
that
media
happen?
thing. You're going to have your talk at ISS. Most importantly and relevant to my life right now, are you going to go see Dave Schrader on Thursday
Right.
and see
Dave
us?
Schrader's also coming.
I know.
But Thursday.
But Thursday.
Oh.
I mean, I just saw Dave last weekend, so, or 2 weekends, whatever we're calling that last weekend. So, you know, but
I
I'm
really
gonna
wanted
see
to
him
go to
on
that one.
Thursday.
No time.
Oh, you got to go next year.
Yeah.
It's
We're
going to
gonna
be a
try it. Well-
rager, bro. We're going to get like 5 kegs.
And
A root beer. One. Well,
Uh-huh.
one for
Well, I was
me.
gonna
Beer
say
is
something
not
funny is-
expensive in Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
Nope.
And I will have
Ask
candy.
me. I bought
Again.
4 of them. She'll have candy.
It will be
Well.
advertised on the side of her
here's the
van.
thing, though.
I
I'm
will trust
37
you.
years old, and I don't
I might
drink.
sing karaoke with you.
No, I don't drink either. You can
No.
hang out with me in the candy crowd.
There we go. And
Yeah.
I'll look for bats.
Ah, yes, we will go look for bats, and then we will yell things at people in the woods. Nick
I'll do
Sarlo-
that.
Nick Sarlo, this sounds delightful.
There we go.
Let's
That'll be
plan
the
on
name
it.
of the show.
Oh, I want that more than anything now.
No, but really, for anybody who's going to the haunted YMCA, do check out Nick Sarlo's, which I can't just not say your full name.
Right.
Nick Sarlo.
I don't-
I do
I don't
that
know
with
why.
everybody. Like nobody. It's weird to
I
just
know,
call
it's
them by
very
their name.
strange. But anyway, his social media workshop, Kara and I actually went to
Mhm.
one when you had one,
We
just
did.
like via Zoom, and it was very insightful and very good. So I imagine that this will be good as well.
Yeah, I'm excited to do it. I'm more about helping people. Like I want people to achieve and that kind of stuff too. So I asked them, and they're like, oh yeah, absolutely, you can do that and stuff like that. And then make sure you do step at our table for the first time, because people have been telling me for the longest time, why don't you charge for anything? Because we don't. We're always giving stuff away for free. I don't really believe in charging people, like especially if you're trying to help them out and stuff like that. But for the first time, I'm going to actually charge and do aura readings on people.
Oh.
And,
Oh, wow.
just kind of see how it goes. $10, you get a picture with.
Oh, I'm excited for this. I'm going to get this done. I'm excited.
Yeah, I will too. We will be there right away.
Yeah.
While we are at
Knocking on your table.
Yes,
Mhm.
we will leave a note on our table.
Uh-huh.
We're with Nick Sarlo.
Be back.
BRB.
Yeah.
Getting
Now, are
widespread.
you two going?
Yeah, Jenny and I are going.
Yeah.
Nice.
But Kara's a wet blanket.
I know. So really, it's really because I hate the YMCA and
Yes.
Rock Island. So
Yep. Established. Yep.
that's
The other
you
thing I'm
missed
not
that
looking
part.
forward to is the 3-hour drive.
Shh, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just put
It'll
on.
be okay.
You know what you should do? You should put on like a really good podcast. And maybe,
Into the Obscure podcast.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Oh my God, that's a really
maybe-
good idea.
Maybe have something amusing
yeah.
with
There you
delightful
go.
people.
We
to
have
listen
just
to.
enough episodes now to get you
Cover the drive.
there,
There
and back.
So there
Mhm.
you go. Perfect.
Mhm.
Luckily,
You
I'm
won't
not
get sick of
driving.
us.
Pat is driving, and then Diana is driving Sharon. Meeting here, we're going to fill up Diana's van because her van is gigantic, and just put all the stuff in there. Yeah, it'll be a good time.
It'll be fun.
It's going to be a great time.
We're leaving Friday.
Whether you like it or not.
Well, whether I like it or not.
Yep.
Mhm. Mhm. Also, I will be bringing candy. I will be bringing
Maybe
candy.
puppies.
I've decided that candy is, and me bringing it is now going to be a tradition on all of these
I like
things.
Fantastic.
And I still won't eat it.
Yeah,
That's
can we
fair.
not do chewies? Because I don't like chewies.
Here's the
I will
thing
find
about
a
candy that's
thing.
actually really good. When you go on a paranormal investigation, and let's say you're really your energy is just being drained and you're feeling nauseous, eat some candy. Because what that does is that boosts your sugar right back
Yep.
up again.
Mhm.
There was a point we went to the Pollock Hospital in Peoria, Illinois, and
Ooh, I have been there.
that's a great place. I love that place. And when I sat down, apparently I sat on a ghost, and I didn't realize it. And when I sat down, like it felt weird too. I felt like I was going to vomit all over the place. Just
That's what she
everything
said.
after she was solo in my shadow.
Solo in your shadows.
Oh my.
We're gonna get in trouble.
We're not swearing though.
But
Yeah, that's true.
and nobody had any candy or anything like that. And Lisa, there's this girl that we used to know. She came with us and everything. She's like, "Hold on, I have a sugar packet." Barely ate a little bit of sugar, put it on my tongue, and it's like everything just went away because it brought my blood sugar right back up. I feel that's what happens is when your energy is converging with somebody else's, it's depleting everything. So like
Are you-
glucose level and all that kind of stuff.
I'm going to propose another theory. Perhaps it is the childlike joy that comes with consuming candy or sugar that boosts your little aura right back up.
You know, it could be that too.
I'm a doctor.
If you guys are checking out the chat, Sierra's like, Diet brought up how she would eat Little Debbie snacks before she knew she was a medium because she needed the sugar to give her more energy.
Yeah.
So it's a thing.
It's a whole thing.
Jenny, bring that candy.
I'm telling you.
We're gonna eat it.
She will.
Yeah, I
There
will.
you go. Now, what are you guys coming on Friday or Saturday?
Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Friday. Perfect. Because you guys can always be in solo in the shadows too, since we're recording that. Huh?
I mean, yeah, always a chance.
Only thing
Always,
is,
always
you just got to fill out a waiver. That's about it.
Oh, I
They
don't
will
fill out.
sign that waiver.
Well, here's
I'll fill out anything without reading it. I don't read.
the
No,
only,
she really doesn't. Fine print, not a problem.
Posts
The
we
only
post,
thing,
she doesn't read them.
the reason we started doing this is because we've been screwed out of so many things before,
Yeah.
especially with people and podcasts and all that. Because we used to have, the podcast
Those
on the Shadowhunters page and all that kind of stuff, and we kind of got treated like crap with it. Like people wanted to do their own thing, people wanted to change everything. It's like that is not no. So we decided to make contracts for everything and agreements just to make sure that they're safe, we're safe. and
The
everybody-
contracts are totally valid and important.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
that
And we
way
will
everybody-
1,000%.
Disregard my jokingly
No,
not going to
no,
do
no.
anything.
No,
They're very
we're
important.
absolutely going to do that and
We're
sign
pro
them.
contract.
And we can be very.
I'm gonna make that a t-shirt with pro
Anti-UIP.
contract.
We can be very professional when we want to be.
But see,
I think.
the way you guys are being right now, this is how podcasts should be. Like this is probably one of the best podcasts that I've been on so far.
Aww.
Nick
you.
Sarlo.
Stop.
Stop. I
Devil.
mean, you're officially friend of the
Devil.
show,
Oh
Nick
my
Sarlo.
Oh my
God.
Friend
goodness.
of the
I've-
show.
I've been on a lot of
Nick
podcasts
Sarlo.
which were very, very good. So if they're listening to it's very good. But like if you can have fun on the
Better.
podcast and
Mhm.
just have a good time and be yourselves, I think that's what a lot of people like in podcasts.
Yeah,
And that definitely makes it a lot more enjoyable for the guests too. So I'm
we already
thinking-
see your
Yeah.
TV persona. We want to know you. What's going
Yeah.
on with you?
Yeah, yeah. You
Nick
devil.
looked nice in red blushing color.
Make him blush some more. I don't know. This is a children's show.
Oh,
Uh-oh. I'm showing
you guys,
some
we are at
shoulder.
the top of the hour. Do you
And
want to
then some.
recap or give us any more promo?
Give
that
us
you
your
have,
links.
Nick?
Tell us where people can follow you at
Okay.
and find out other stuff.
Right now we're all over Facebook. It is kind of long. Just Shadowhunters Paranormal Investigation and Events. You have to add the and Events just because there's millions of other people with the Shadowhunters name on there. You can find us on there. You can follow me on Facebook, just Nick Sarlo. You can follow us on Paraflixx. You can download Paraflixx now, $3.99 for a month per month, or $39.99 for an entire year. Way cheaper.
Do you have a promo
Do you have
code
a
or
code?
anything?
I think it's Shadowhunters 20 20. I'm not 100% sure on that.
It might be 25. Everybody else has 25, Nick.
20.
Oh,
I don't
we
know.
get it.
Maybe
We
I'll
see.
get you 50%. How's that? Somebody just said make him blush some more.
Yeah.
Norway loves
Our
you.
Norway friend is really into this.
Nick, I follow you just to protect you from these. Okay.
That's
I
valid.
mean, it's not wrong.
There you go. But yeah, you can find us in there, or if you're at Six Flags Great America in Gurnee, Illinois, you can always see me in the chainsaw area. Just scream Shadow Hunters at me, and I don't know, maybe I'll recognize you or something. And I won't scare you as bad. As bad.
Oh, that's so very kind.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
And then we have a huge, gigantic paranormal, convention we're going to. We're going to we were invited to Days of the Dead in Chicago at the Hyatt Regency. It's a huge 3-day event that deals with everything horror movies, anything like that. For the first time, they're bringing in paranormal investigators in. We're going to be doing a paranormal panel in front of about 3,000 people for the first time.
Nice.
That's awesome.
When is that going to be?
I'm looking it up right now.
November 16th, 17th, and 18th in Chicago.
Oh,
I'll be
Right next
working
to-
that weekend. So even
course
like
you are.
the zombie community is on board with
Yeah, they are.
every third weekend.
They are.
they're all playing
Now we're
against.
doing that,
They're
and then
conspiring.
that's about it. You can always subscribe to
Oh,
our
Lord.
YouTube page, The Paranormal 1986. That's fine. And then Solo in the Shadows. And then we were actually just brought on by an agency, RK Entertainment.
That's awesome.
all that kind of
Fantastic.
stuff. And right now, everything is it's like a dream come true, because I never thought a little ghost hunting project that I started. Actually, funny that I say that. This October is 20 years for Shadow Hunters.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I never thought something like this would happen, and then 20 years later, we're still going, and we're having a great time.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's
Congratulations.
great.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, Nick, thank you so much for joining us. It's the
Yeah.
end of the show, and we will see everybody next week, I think, right?
We will, and we're going to
Oh,
see
we
Nick
will.
this weekend.
Yes.
How great is that?
Woohoo!
Pretty lucky.
Bye,
you
everybody.
guys. Bye.